Good evening, YouTube. It is May 16th, 2014. And I don't usually announce the date anymore, but today is a pretty big deal. You see, there was a bit of an announcement made that is huge, especially to the American fans of a particular franchise. But first, I'm going to ask you a question. What do February 1992, March 7th, 1992, September 11th, 1995, and December of 2000 all have in common? And yes, I know I missed 1998. But what do they all have in common? Give up? Those were all dates that revolve around one anime, one very legendary series. Probably more, but one for our purpose. In February of 1992, Neko Takuchi created what would become one of the most legendary franchises in anime history. You can almost call it the godmother, especially when it comes to North America. What she created became a franchise that is over 20 years old and is one of the most beloved in all of anime. And I mean one of the most beloved. There are people that, no joke, still cosplay the characters. There's people that actually do Ask blogs cosplaying as characters. That's how big the legacy is. The series, in many respects, broke rules that, by our standards in North America, we didn't know that it existed. The series I'm referring to? Right here. This is Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon. This is Season 1. Now, the series ran from March 7th, 1992 to 1998, I believe. It ran for 6 years. Jesus Christ. I want you to think about that. 6 years. 200 episodes. Whew. That's unreal. In North America, the series would pop up beginning September 11th of 1995. It ran till December 1st of the year 2000. It had a 5-year run here in North America. But there's one thing about that. In the 5-year run, it was one of the more heavily edited for content, chopped up series that you will ever watch. It was the first time I think I really, even though I didn't know it yet, it was the first time that I was introduced to censorship. Well, actually, to be fair, I wasn't really introduced to this series until about 1997. So it would have about 3 years left of its run here in North America. Okay? In this country, especially in southern part of New Jersey, it was syndicated on WPSG Philly 57 at 8:30 in the morning and 2:30 in the morning. It was also put on Cartoon Network at 4:30 in the afternoon in Toonami in the afternoon block, and 2:15 on the midnight run on Saturdays. But all the episodes that were in English were edited for content, and there were episodes actually taken out. Why? Not really sure why, to be honest. There were things I think that happened during the episodes that, because having seen the entire 2-episode run, there were things that were shown that you kind of go, ugh, that happened? Whoa, okay. But at the same time, I didn't care at the time because it was my first experience with anime, so I didn't care about the whole dub versus sub thing. Yes, I know I'm one of the people that actually doesn't give a shit about that whole argument. The people that do can go fuck themselves, to be honest. Yes, most of the animes when I review them are dubbed, believe it or not. I watch the dub. I don't usually watch the sub. There are exceptions. If I have to watch it, then I do. That's just how it runs. It was the first time that I experienced characters of alternative lifestyles. Well, once I've seen the sub version anyway. It was the first time you saw characters of the same gender that were in relationships. It was the first time you dealt with characters who were a bit different in other ways. It was the first time I actually got to see, in a number of years, because I remember watching She-Ra, a lead female heroine in a television program. Because that hadn't happened in years for me. And it was also one of the first times I saw in an anime, or in any form of media, something that had a continuous story that was animated. See, most cartoons back in the day in this country, all the episodes were one-shots. There was no continuous flow to the story. There was no beginning, middle, end to the story, because every episode story was self-contained, remember. Okay? Sailor Moon broke that rule. It, along with the original Tekka Man, which came out on Sunday mornings here, showed, when we discovered what actually anime was, or when I discovered it, it shows the way a story could be and should be told. To be honest, I still don't know if Western studios get that. But here was the thing. When I discovered that the entire series had been edited, that kind of bummed me out. But I didn't care. I mean, I was watching it, you know. We, in one of the original runs, got up to the second half of, or almost the second half of this series. This is Sailor Moon R. Arguably, in my opinion, the best of the 5 series. I once did a grading on all 5, and I said that Season 5 was the best. Or not. Okay. So, when I was watching the dub, and we got to that part where the 4 sisters are together on Earth and all that, they kept repeating the first season and a half. A friend of mine told me that one of the reasons they couldn't show the second half, or even the 3rd season, was because of the fact that 2 of the main heroines, or 2 of the other heroines, were actually a lesbian couple. That's a pretty interesting story. So what of course happened when that season did get brought to North America and it was dubbed, they had to alter them. Well, this was actually the first time that I found out that there were characters like that. I didn't know yet at the time, because I was ignorant to the idea, that Zoisite and Kunzite were actually a gay couple. I didn't care, but it shocked me. Alright. So the first time I watched season 3, I remember watching and going, this is interesting. To this day, I can test it is the darkest and the worst season of the 5. But I only say that because, to me, that story was way too dark as what it could have or should have been. And I mean way too fucking dark. we got, as far as seasons that were available to us, up to this one. We got, and I know you can't read that because this is the way they glare on the camera, this is Supers, or Super S, depending on the way you want to pronounce that. I believe it's actually pronounced Supers. But we had gotten what is now called Classic, R, S, and like I mentioned, Supers. But wait a minute, I know what you're going to say. Weren't there 5 seasons? Why, yes, there were. The 5th season never was brought to North America. Never. The movies were brought to North America. All 3 of them had an English dub. They were put on VHS. Later, they did get one of these releases, a 3-pack. Mine's actually interesting because, I'll show you. If you're wondering why the discs are actually in the wrong orders, it's because they're actually mislabeled. Yeah, I got a misprint. So the R movies on the disc labeled S, the Supers movie is on a disc labeled R, and the S movie is labeled on a disc marked Supers. That was one of the greatest screw-ups I've ever had, and I've kept it to this day. I even emailed the store that I told them about it. They said, "Oh, we could send you a replacement." I said, "No, I'm keeping this. I'll let them know with money someday." I doubt it, but you never know. Anyway, so there was a 5th season, which is sitting right here. This is the season not a lot of people, unless you bought a box set like this, or unless you downloaded it, this was the season that nobody got to see. This was called Sailor Moon Stars. This season was a lot of fun to watch because of the way the music was, and I absolutely love the music in it. If you can get, by some stretch of the imagination, if you actually can find it reasonably, there's a song box which I actually have sitting over yonder, I believe, that has all the songs from all 5 seasons. All of them. Including all the character songs from every character. And these change. So you have the songs from Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5. Awesome. Great stuff, too. If you get the chance to listen to them, do so. You can get them off of SailorMusic.net or Rory's. It's one of the 2. Anyway. By the way, Sailor Stars has the best opening, I think, of all of them. Personal opinion, but yeah, what are you going to do? Here's the problem. Because of what seemed to be declining interest in the series, and the ratings were dropping, Sailor Moon eventually got canned. And in December of 2000, it went bye-bye. Well, goddamn. Here we are, May 16th, 2014. Sojo Beat announced via their Facebook that you're not just going to get this, you're not just going to get this, you're not just going to get this, hell, you're not just going to get this. You're going to get all 4 of these, plus the 3 movies. Oh, and I'm not done. Bam, motherfucker. It happened. beginning this Monday, May 19th, on neonalley.com and on Hulu, every Monday they are going to air not one, but 2 episodes of the much heralded Sailor Moon anime. For the first time ever, all 200 episodes are going to be available on Hulu and on Neon Alley. I was speechless when I woke up from a nap at about 7 o'clock this evening. I went on there and they said that they were going to have all the episodes on there and the 3 movies. The only thing they don't have the license to are the specials that happened. But think about this. Every Monday, 2 episodes a week. 2. The original version of Sailor Moon is coming complete, unedited, and uncut. So there is no editing out the violence. There is no editing out blood or anything. There is no changing of genders or relations for characters. Everything that was in the original series, as it was intended from Japan when it came out in 1992, is going to be aired here. Viz Media got the rights to all 5 seasons, all 200 episodes, all 3 movies. And every Monday, it's going to be 2 episodes a shot. When I woke up and I read that, my jaw immediately hit the floor. Because I said to myself, you've got to be fucking kidding me. It's not April. It's not April Fool's Day anymore. Don't joke with me. But it's on their YouTube page. Go look up Viz Media. Go look up the Sailor Moon teaser trailer. Actually, don't bother. I'll get you the link myself. And I'll give you the link to that. And when you watch it, you're just going to shit yourself. If you're a new fan, if you're a new member of the anime community and you've never seen Sailor Moon, you've never understood the hype of this series, you're going to get to see everything. Unedited, uncut, uncensored, everything. You're going to get the full money, as they say. And I can't be more excited for the new fans, trust me. Us older fans, and like I said, for me, I'm sitting here like, I'm covered. But for you guys who are going to be getting into anime, I always tell people the very first series you need to start watching is, of course, the one with the blonde pigtails and her 4 other Sailor Senshi counterparts. Because I'm promising you, when you start watching this, you're going to understand why we make such a big deal about it. Why do anime fans look at this series as fondly as they do? Now, I have said, and I meant every word of it, this series used to be my number 1 anime. That spot now belongs to Kuroko's Basketball. And series like La Corredera or Primo Paso. And maybe K Missing Kings could knock this series down a peg. But is this still, to me, one of the greatest anime series ever? You're goddamn right. And I'm going to tell you this now. When you start the journey this Monday, you're going to see why people have it in such a high regard. But you're also going to see, and I'm not going to lie to you, why there are some serious glaring flaws with the series that not many minis will actually talk to you about. Especially once you get to Series 3. Just saying. Anyway, folks, you all have a great evening. I'm going to talk to you all tomorrow night. Take care, friends.